You're listening to the Experiencing God Day by Day podcast, brought to you by Blackaby Ministries International.
November 4th, let no one look down on you. 1 Timothy 4, verse 12. Let no one despise your youth. Instead, you should be an example to the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, in purity. Timothy was a sincere young man who earnestly desired to serve the Lord. Yet certain weaknesses in Timothy's life hindered him from serving God confidently. Timothy was very young to be a religious leader, and apparently some doubted his abilities. Timothy had a tender nature and was sickly. 1 Timothy 5, verse 23. His was an inauspicious beginning for a young minister of the gospel in an age of persecution. Paul urged Timothy not to allow his youthful insecurity to blunt his zeal and faithfulness in doing what God had told him. Rather than arguing with those who criticized Timothy, Paul urged him to live as an example of godliness. Paul advised Timothy to live a life that was so spotless in word, conduct, love, spirit, faith, and purity that his life could serve as a model for others in the church to follow. Timothy's life was to be the evidence that God had called him. God looked beyond Timothy's youth, timidity, and physical weakness, and saw his sincere heart. As you seek to follow God's will, you may identify with Timothy. Perhaps some things about you seem to disqualify you from serving the Lord effectively. You may be sensitive because you are a new Christian, or because you come from a sinful past. Perhaps you have little education, or money, or social status. You may have previously experienced failure in your service for God. Don't allow this to intimidate you from following God's will. Your area of weakness may be God's means of demonstrating His strength. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. Allow God to demonstrate His call upon you by transforming your life into a model of godliness.
This podcast is based on the book Experiencing God Day by Day by Henry and Richard Blackaby, published by B&H Publishing Group, music by Mark Brown.